Okay, what do I have to do here? Head to the Vesper Pool. Why do I remember the Vesper Pool as being something wild?
So Nox, haven't taken pics of whatever catches my eye, but what do you want to see?
Take some pictures of Ignis.
Get some more shots of Specs.
Gotcha. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. See if he takes any good pictures of Specs. Vesper Pool. I'm trying to remember exactly where was that. I remember something going down in the Vesper Pool. Was it maybe like a king's tomb? Was it a dungeon? I think I was at the Vesper Pool like in the beginning of this game. Was it where I got Titan? I don't know, I don't remember, but I'm gonna be heading there to get like a part for Cindy, and it's supposed to be for the Regalia, so I'm game for that. I'm game to getting the Regalia like upgraded. So actually, like, I know there's options to change how it looks or whatever, but I really like just normal. Like, I like it default. Like, I've seen the modifications, and I know like at the stores you can buy different paint jobs or like stripes or decal or you know, I just like it like this. I'm a classic one. Let's see here. I was actually watching the anime for this on YouTube. They had like it was like 5-episode part, but they had a whole, like, you know, they combined it all into like one movie kind of thing. So it was like one video for like, I think it was like an hour 45 or something, and it was like 5 episodes of it, I think. I think it was 5, I don't think it was 6. Anyway, so I was watching the anime for this, and it was pretty good. Like, it wasn't outstanding, or I really liked, out of all of that, I think I liked Prompto. You know, I liked his backstory, how he was the chubby, shy kid, and he was sweet with animals and photography. Like, he reminded me of me as a kid, you know, like I was like Prompto. I felt like relatable, like, you know, take pictures of the cats or the dogs, or, you know, you saw a stray cat or dog, and when he found Chibi, I was like, oh, you know. But so pretty much his thing was like, he was a kid, and I guess he went to the same school at Noctis in the, you know, in the anime, and he was, I guess, too shy to talk to Noctis, so he found a stray dog, and he nursed it back to health. He named it Chibi, and it was sweet, because, like, you know, I didn't really have too great of a childhood either. So when I saw him come home to an empty house, I was like, that reminded me of me, you know. And then he had fast food on the table, and he said it's his favorite, and I don't know. And he was just always talking to himself, and he just walked in sluggishly, and he was just like, you know, he took out his little hamburger and fries, and he was just like, my favorite, and he ate alone in the dark, and I don't know, I wanted to cry for him. But then when he found Chibi, the stray dog who was injured, he took it home, and that day from school, like, he was running, you know, he had so much excitement, he knew there was something there for him, and, you know, the way he pushed up in the door, and he was like, I'm home, you know, it's just like, oh, it's so cute. But of course, Chibi ended up going to its owner, who was actually Luna Freya, who is Noctis's future wife, you know what I mean, or his future, you know, fiance. So she sees that the bandage he wrapped around Chibi's leg was with his name on it, Prompto, so she found out who he was and sent him a letter, said thank you. And she was like, you know, you must be Noctis's friend, and, you know, whatever. And so I guess the letter was like kind of implied they were friends, and he kind of took it to like maybe she wants him to be friends with Noctis, you know what I mean? So he ended up going on like a transformation, you know, because he was so shy. He approached Noctis, and he was all clumsy, and he fell, and Noctis was helping him up, and you know, at first he reached out when he fell, and he was like, oh, my camera's okay. That's the first thing he said. You know, he didn't even care about himself. He was just checking his camera. And so when Noctis put his arm out to him, like he was trying to give him his camera, and he was like, no, let me help you up, you know what I mean? So he helped him up out of the ground, you know, off the ground and everything. And am I at the Vesper pool already? So he helped him up off the ground, and when he was doing it, he was like, oh, you're heavy like that. So I guess Prompto felt, you know, a little shy about that. He felt a little bit put off about that. So he felt like he couldn't be friends until he lost weight, you know what I mean? So he went home that day.
Great day for a walk, huh?
And he started going every morning. He was doing like a jog, you know, and he was just jogging every freaking morning. And he was, you know, he started changing his French fries for like, I don't know, like salad, you know.
I got this.
And
you just sit back and watch how it's done.
I bet I can show you a thing or two.
Well then, by all means.
So yeah, so he started doing small changes like every day. And eventually, you know, he would keep waiting and watching Noctis from the side, and he would be like, you know, well, I'll lose some weight, not yet, it's not time yet to, you know, befriend him. And so pretty much he was cute, because, you know, he started eating healthier, and every single morning he would start running. You know, and so he would jog, and even though he was out of breath, he would still keep to a routine. He would take pictures of himself like a before and then after, so he would keep working hard on it, and he would know like when he was making progression. And you know, he would still go to the same corner every day and kind of spy on Noctis from the corner, and you know, just wait for a time to approach him. And so yeah, it was like that.
Damn son. Yeah.
And so eventually, you know, he stopped coming, and I think Noctis, he secretly knew he was always coming anyway. So one day he was just waiting, and, you know, Ignis was like, what's wrong? And then he was just like, nothing, and he just kind of looked behind his shoulder. So he was implying that, like, you know, even though Prompto thought he wasn't seen, like, Noctis, like, knew he was trying to speak to him every day, you know what I mean? And it came to a point where he lost all his weight, and so he came to, I think maybe they were in high school then, and he ran up to him, and without any hesitation, he was just like, hey, what's up, I'm Prompto, this, that, and, Noctis is like, don't I know you already? But then he kind of just didn't say anything back. Like, I don't think he wanted to be known as being the same fat kid, you know. But I think they already knew. But anyway, after that, they became like the best of friends. Like, and pretty much, even though Prompto is not, he's not a royal advisor like Ignis, because Ignis is his advisor. This guy here next to me, and he's not my shield, like Gladio over here, this guy here. Gladio was pretty much trained by the same people who like trained his father and the father before him. You know, like they're a royal blood. Well, they're not a royal blood, but they're of like,
Very gracious of
they serve royal blood, like they're a league of their own, but their whole lives, like they've been the shield to the kings of like Lucius, you know what I mean? So he kind of was grown into that position, though. Though he didn't really enjoy it, you know, at first. He didn't like Noctis at all. You know, he's like, I'll never be his shield, and you know, he'll never be a king, and this, that. But then there was a turning point where they became friends, you know. It had to do with his sister Iris, and I'm not really gonna, you know, I think she was like lost. She was following this like kitten, and she ended up getting lost, and then, you know, she was gonna be in big trouble. So then Noctis kind of took the blame, and he pretended that like he's the one who got her lost, and you know, this, that. And so the king grounded him. But you know, long story short is she told Gladio what really happened, and then I guess he felt like respect towards Noctis for protecting his sister, and it was like a kind of change in the relationship since then, you know. So that happened. Yeah, so that happened, then it kind of changed the relationship between them. Ignis, pretty much since he was younger and Noctis was young, the king pretty much put Noctis's hands in Ignis's and was just like, you know, take care of my son. And, you know, he's been his advisor ever since. You know, he would pick him up from school and make him food and kind of, you know, straighten up after him. You know, just kind of keep him, you know, focused, because Noctis is a bit of a lazy slob if left on his own accord, you know. At least everything I learned from the anime was like that. You know, like Ignis would just come and straighten up for him, and, you know, if he didn't cook for him, like, this kid would just eat like a cup of noodle soup, you know. Burn food trying to cook, you know. But, and then you know, when you watch that, you learned the reason of why Noctis was in a wheelchair when he was a kid. You know, I was kind of wondering, like, the game didn't even explain that. Like, it didn't even take a minute to, you know, say like what happened to him, and you know, it was just every cutscene you would see with him and Luna Freya, he was like in a wheelchair, and I'd be like, what's up with that? And you know, eventually...
What do you say we pull over for a minute?
Yeah, we need gas, like, big time.
Sounds like grounds for a pit stop.
Sounds like a waste of time and money.
Be quiet, Ignis. We need gas. Yeah, so that's, you know, I learned about this, you know, creature that killed Noctis's mom, and, like, you put him in a coma, I guess, as a kid, and, you know, it almost killed him. I guess the attack is what put him in the wheelchair. You know, and then I kind of learned about the father, Regis, a bit, how he lost his powers, I guess, from, you know, as you keep using the Ring of Lucius or whatever, you lose your strength, I guess. I'm just checking out this general store. I don't think I've ever really been in this general store. This place is cool looking. It's like somewhere in upstate New York. You know? Let's see, maybe she's got some music or something for me. You see how there's like stickers and decal and whatever. I usually don't. She's actually like serving food. Anyway, I usually don't buy any of that stuff. I do need some elixirs. Let me grab like 3 of these.
Thank you!
Try not to spend too much money
Bye
here.
now.
I like to spend. Sometimes I'll spend like freaking so much money and I'll be so mad about it, like, oh. But then at the same time, it's like, what are you holding on to for?
Awesome.
Like, spend it.
Oh, this is gonna be a party in my mouth.
I dare say I can recreate this.
Wait, oh, we just learned a new recipe? Just from watching her eat it? That's so funny. I dare say we can create this. So this is like the Hunter's HQ. These guys are like, always like keeping some intel going on. So like, I saw this one thing. I was in a tomb and it said that the sword was stolen. And maybe to visit Hunter HQ. So I need to look into that too. See what's going on with that. Here's a place to spend the night. I might as well.
You ready to rumble, Nut?
In King's Night? Oh yeah, I'm game.
In that case, I'll join you.
So a couple days ago was the anniversary of this game, and it's been really fun playing this. Like I said, I know when I first heard about this, like a lot of people were kind of putting this game down, you know, and
Perfect timing.
make you not want to try it. But something told me, I was like, I just want to try it. And honestly, I'm glad I did, because I was so moved at the end of this game. Like, I was done. I was crying my butt off.
Check it out. Ignis is actually smiling.
What are you implying, pray tell?
That's true. Ignis never smiles. He's like, what are you implying? We're implying you're stiff, okay? But yeah, when I played this though, like, and I beat it, I was like, wow. Okay. I was just seriously moved. It was just like,
Everything in order?
I haven't cried like that in a long time, to be honest. I was pretty done.